Hi everybody, just doing another card unboxing. This is a deck that I've had for a while, but over the last few weeks a lot of people have been speaking to me about crows, ravens, all that sort of stuff, and a lot of people seem to be increasingly seeing them around at the moment and feeling connected to crows and ravens and such like. So I thought it might be a bit of a prompt to come on and show people the Crow Tarot deck that I've had for a good while now. These are a deck of tarot cards that I've absolutely loved for a long while. I don't use them that often, primarily because I've just got other favourite decks. It's nothing about this deck in particular. I got these because I was really drawn to the crow on the front and also to the traditional but different symbolism on the front of the box. So these are a deck that were published by, or are still published by, US Games. So you can get them in the UK. They do come in a nice solid box sort of thing. Wording on the back explains what they are. So, paying homage to the mystical energy of crows and ravens, Crow Tarot invites us to fly through the veil and connect with our intuitive powers. Artfully created 78 card deck is infused with the familiar symbolism of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, making it ideal for both beginners and professionals. There's also an 88-page guidebook, and the guidebook does actually include in it the upright and reversed meanings. Now, I'm adding that bit in because some people design decks not to have the cards read in reverse. So, for example, I have a Radley Valentine deck that isn't designed to have reversed readings as such. So Radley doesn't actually include the reverse meanings in the deck, so he leaves that up to your own interpretation of it. This deck does include the reversed interpretations. As with every time I do anything about tarot cards, I always say read the book, don't read from the book. So, do the creator some justice, read the book, take in what they were wanting to inspire you with, take in the information, the knowledge, but then still tap into your own intuition rather than trying to read cards just from a book. So here we go, Crow Tarot. 2-piece box, nothing different about that really. We've got a lovely little book that you can see I've obviously flicked through this previously. Doesn't have the pictures of the cards, but if you're reading the book alongside the cards, you don't necessarily need the pictures in the book. In fact, you can actually use it as an opportunity to connect to the cards, so you can actually get the card out, look at it while you're reading it, put your hand on it, touch it, feel the energy, etc. Breaks the book down into all the different sections: cups, wands, swords, as you would expect, pentacles. Is there any examples? Talks a little bit about the author, the artist. So yeah, there is an example, the Crow Tarot spread. So that's a spread specifically designed for this deck by the creator. So there you go, nice little booklet. Let's get down to the cards because that's the bits everybody's interested in, isn't it? So, traditional tarot deck, starting with the Fool. Card stock is decent thickness. I think the thing is, when you're looking at a tarot deck, if the card stock gets too thick, then you end up with it actually being difficult to manage the cards. I appreciate a really nice quality of card, really nice standard of print and everything, but if the card's too thick, then it does make it difficult. It can make your deck quite cumbersome in your hands. So these are quite a nice thickness. They've got sort of a semi-sheen on them. You can see the light from my window just shining on them there. So a semi-sheen. So let's have a quick flick through them. So hold them this way and then put them down the other way. So we've got Fool. As you can see, lots of traditional symbolism in there. I particularly like the little addition of the rowan berries on there as well. Nice nod to the witchcraft side of everything and the folk magic. Hierophant, see, although different, still has the Hierophant key, still behind the stained glass window. The Lovers, Chariot. And like I say, you can see some of the original symbolism of the Rider-Waite. So the Hermit, traditionally, is wandering off into the darkness with his lantern, seeking light, seeking his own truth, and taking himself away for reflection. So you can still see the same sort of symbolism there. The Wheel of Fortune, Justice. You can, initially, when you look at these cards, you could look at them and think they were quite dark in their energy and in the meaning. But I think that's just the nature of the colours used, the quite subdued colours. And what I do like about that is that then when you do have bright colours, the colours really pop. So you are drawn to those as well. So then you get the darker cards, but then you also get cards like this that are just full of light and sort of that more happy, lifted feeling. There we go. So a little flick through some of the pip cards. So we've got the the court cards: King, Queen, Knight, Page. And as you can see, there is a lot of that traditional stuff going on in these, but all have that crow theme running through them. All have that imagery that will appeal to anybody who is drawn to crows and ravens. And the Ace of Cups. So, Ace of Swords. 2. Have to apologise, by the way, for any deep breathing you can hear in the background. It's my dog. My dog's asleep next to my desk and he's snoring and snoring away. It's unbelievable how much he's snoring today. Pentacles. Again, this juggling that you normally see on the Two of Pentacles, it's still there. All that symbolism's there. It's just a matter of interpreting it how you would want to interpret it, how you feel drawn to interpret it. I love this one. I don't know why it is, but it really draws my attention to it. 9, 10. And then again, Page, Knight, Queen, and King of Pentacles. Then on to our wands. Again, anybody who's familiar with Rider-Waite-Smith will know the images as they're coming up. They'll identify them. So the 5, the squabbling, the hitting, people normally hitting each other with the batons and stuff like that, disagreements. So you'll see quite easily how it all links in. And culmination. Then again, Page, Knight. I love this one, the Queen of Wands. Look at the power in that. It's gorgeous. And then the King of Wands. What I find quite interesting is when you look at this one, the Queen's actually got the 2 and the King's only got the 1. So I'm thinking with these ones that there's definitely a nod to the Queen having more power in them. So there we go. That was a very quick flip through of the Crow Tarot. Absolutely gorgeous deck. As I say, the only reason that I haven't used them much is because I go through phases with favourite decks. This, I have used it. I've used it a few times, but at the moment I've got other favourite decks that I'm drawn to using more. Absolutely cracking little deck, really decent quality. The creator has made various other different decks as well. I believe there's the Urban Crow Tarot now out, and I think they even do a variation. They do an Oracle deck, perhaps. Don't quote me on that, I may be totally wrong. But yeah, that was the Crow Tarot, and I hope you got something out of it. If you feel drawn to buying them, then why not go for it? You can never have enough cards. It's a fallacy that you can have too many cards. Absolute fallacy. So yeah, if you feel drawn to it, have another look, watch through, see if there's anything that, you know, specifically hits you about it that you like. But a gorgeous little deck. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.